My name is Amy Dawn Verabay. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a dancer. I'm a sister and a daughter. I'm a friend. On April 7th, 2025, I'm turning 50. I'm 50. 50. I'm 50. 50. I feel like I'm on the hill and I can see my life from all directions. You can see where I've been, you can see where I'm going. It's a pretty good view. I'm 50. 50. I'm 50. Hot flash.
It seems like I was born to perform. When I was 4, my mom enrolled me into gymnastics because I was rolling into walls. That continued into competition until I was 12 or so. By 5, I was also modeling and enrolled in dance classes, which also led to musical theater and circus. Eventually, dance became the center of it all. I did live the dream to perform with some companies. I happily utilized my circus background and have had a wide range of performance experiences. From New York City streets to Radio City Music Hall and short films to Burning Man and festivals internationally. I am celebrating all of this. And now to doing this project. This is a way of healing my relationship to the camera.
I was an exuberant, deeply feeling kid, which made me the black sheep of my family.
Looking back on it, my life has been a continuous task of healing, undoing, transforming all kinds of things from my childhood.
By the time I was in high school, I'd had multiple physical traumas.
I was in therapy with an eating disorder and daddy issues to work through. Healing became the cornerstone of my life. Healing led me to breathwork, which is a worldview game changer for me.
Breathwork led me to find more grounding in my body and a more full yes to embracing all the parts of me.
That was the beginning of my orientation toward living in pleasure rather than pain. Spirituality really blossomed for me when I discovered the divine feminine, the concept of a nurturing, loving spirituality connected to the earth, the natural world, embodiment, honoring ancestors, integrating the darkness as a part of the whole. All of this worked for me. I got educated, trained, and started regularly leading rituals.
When I had Raven, the Jewish piece really started to become suddenly very important to me.
Jewish traditions became the only thing that felt culturally appropriate for me to pass on to my child. I have discovered deep nourishment there.
So now I'm basically an aspiring bubby, a Jewish grandmother, who practices Buddhist meditation and dabbles in existential kink. Hot flash.
Just an enormous part of who I am is who I come from. I consider the people in my DNA line my ancestors, and I also consider my artistic mentors and spiritual influences to be part of my lineage as well. Through my bloodline, I see the privileges I have now, living in the US, that my predecessors never had. And they encourage me not to hide from the privileges I have, but to fully embrace them. And it feels like my challenge and my honor is to balance the privilege with the responsibility that privilege holds.
In this completely divisive, really mean-spirited period that we're in, both not just the United States, but globally, we need to keep inviting people to goodness and invite people. Boy, would it be wonderful if there was that kind of thing where there was like 3 minutes where literally the whole world danced. Everything we do is a dance. Everything we do. When we go and make our breakfast, when we get up out of our bed, it's a beautiful dance that we can be lucky that we're alive to do.
Spirituality led me to feel more deeply about politics. I'd learned that if my spirituality was connected to the earth, Protecting the earth is an extension of that.
As a Jewish person who'd been educating myself about my ancestors, I became more identified with marginalized communities. I began to study and understand the privileges I currently hold.
I found myself among artists whose sometimes zany antics were political leaning, feminist, sometimes almost bouffon in style, pointing out injustices. Clowns get to do that.
The thing I love about Amy is she talks about it. She's very vulnerable in that she's very open, and she'll speak to whatever is in her heart and her mind, which is why it's so easy for her to do her transformation work. She's not trying to hide things. One of the things that's so wonderful about the way that Amy does her work is that she's so devoted and she's so dedicated, and she just goes for it.
Since having a child, I find myself just wanting to do what I can for my son to understand and leverage his privilege.
Stephen and I are lucky to have experienced a lot of harmony in our relationship. I immediately enjoyed his company. I felt centered and confident in his presence and fully myself with him. There is a simple, loving ease between us, and also a desire to be in service to one another's pleasure. Hot flash. It's been incredibly helpful to have a committed date night every week, which we both consider sacred. The biggest challenges have been around my sexual trauma surfacing. The hormonal changes I've been going through have brought up a lot of shadow parts. My impatience, critical self, my insecurities.
Take time to understand each other and not letting problems lie and facing them. We both are evolving and growing as we have more time together, and it's a practice. It's a journey, and happy to be in it with her.
Our superpowers are in the kitchen and co-creating this life we love together. Raven was very much a wanted child. He was the most heavenly angel baby we could have ever imagined. It's like every fiber of my being is just totally in love. Motherhood is this wild journey of loving someone unconditionally like I've never imagined, while managing deep and painful triggers from my own childhood wounding. There's elation that Raven came, and also a sense of loss connected to motherhood for me, after a couple of painful, awful miscarriages and failed attempts at having a second child. Hot flash.
Perimenopause. It's hot. No, really, I'm sweating right now. It's really hot. Is it hot in here? My experience is that I'm all over the place.
I'm pissed, I'm normal, I'm crying at anything. I'm all the things all at once. I have headaches, I'm constipated. I'm mean to my kid and my partner, and there's shame poking up that's lingered under the surface all these years. I'm up in the middle of the night throwing the covers off me, or I'll be covered in sweat. I'm eating seaweed and racking up those orgasms.
I'm welcoming, stepping into maturity and wisdom, hopefully with grace.
And a big cup full of humor. I think that the essence of what I love about community is the experience of working alongside other people and working hard to make something happen. It's the shared sense of responsibility of creating something that we're passionate about and want to see happen in the world. I think that's what fulfills me about being in community. I think this speaks a lot to who I am. I am Amy Dawn Verabay. I am a priestess, a sister goddess, queer, a fish chick, a community member, a future ancestor, I'm here to ground heaven on earth, and I am 50. More to come.